Hi, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to our collective reading. I'm starting off the reading with my scrying ball here, which we haven't looked into for a long time. And the first image I saw was a whale doing a very deep dive. It was like I think a sperm whale. Like the bulk of it was whale, and then there was this little tail coming up at the end. I feel like I've seen this whale before, but yeah, it was the whale, doing like a deep dive kind of thing. And then I saw, I couldn't tell if it was a dog. Well, there's a dog here. It's probably a dog. It could be a person with some hair, like maybe a bow in their hair. But this person is also wearing or this dog is wearing a choker, a collar, and there's a lot of blonde hair. Kind of in a bit of a bob, but a lot of blonde hair here. And they're very fancy, very fancy. But then we have the St. Bernard here. I think I've seen a St. Bernard in this ball before, but it's here to help, the St. Bernard, the Alps, the helper dog of the Alps, with his little, or of cartoons, with his little barrel of it's not whiskey. I forget what he has in his barrel that's going to help the lost hiker stay warm or something. But it's a dog, like a service dog of some kind. Very kind, big, gentle giant. A gentle giant with this, I don't know. It's almost got, I thought of Lady and the Tramp, but very different types of dogs, except for Lady. Lady's very... This could be a lady, this could be a Cocker Spaniel or a person with Cocker Spaniel hair. I don't know. So there we go, a whale and two dogs there. I don't know. They didn't say anything. They were just there kind of looking out at me, not really saying anything. So I'm recording this before my surgery because I know the recovery period is long. So I just thought, well, at least for a little bit, I don't know. And then I also thought I'd do this like an oracle card reading in one part and then add in the tarot reading for the second part. No, try something new here. Why not? All right. So, work your light here. Did something else flip around here? Did we get no. No, not seeing it. Okay. Well, the two on the table is birthing a new age, which is just fascinating. And warrior woman, birthing a new age. Well, I'm trying something new here. So you might be trying something new. And warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? Are you doing what you need to do? Are you, but warrior woman, the strength, the precision, the communication, the directness, the courage here. Something requiring courage on your part, perhaps communication, perhaps some kind of clarity. It could be getting clear on something, understanding some sort of truth, and having the strength to wield it. Because this sword looks heavy. And it looks like she's going to need to have been working out and practicing a bit in order to wield that truth, that idea, that concept. So something may be calling you. It may take a lot of strength to do this. Sometimes our more stranger callings have that it could be hard to do this. This isn't easy. There's something not easy that you will have to do, that you'll have to go forward on. And birthing a new age. So both of these have hey, there's something you got to do now. There's something you got to do. It's new. It may take a lot of strength. It may take some courage. But it's time for you to start this new thing. Birthing a new creation, dreaming a new world into being, and taking courageous action towards that. I've just seen... loved ones do that, and it's just so amazing. You're like, what? Oh, this is cool. This is amazing. Taking these brave steps forward to create something And birthing a new age, birthing new creations. I mean, this could be a creative project or something like that, where you're having to really step out, really embody some sort of courage, and communicate about something. And it might be a little scary. It might be a little iffy. Because this warrior woman, she's got a lot of courage, but it's not like regular amounts of courage that you just have, every day. But it's like not an everyday level of courage is what I see here. And the sense of you are the instigator, you are the initiator, you are making this happen, and it radiates out from you. You're having a ripple effect. Your courage, your strength here is going to be having this ripple effect. Obviously, we first have to throw the pebble into the pond, and then the ripple effect comes from that. So yeah, this is new to you. This is a new path, a new way of doing something. Imagining a new way of doing something and following through on it. All right. Huh, that's interesting. And Dreamscape Oracle here. All right. Oh, wow. Okay, well, let's just pause. We've got tiger. Tenacious tiger is what I think of this as. Like, don't quit until you get there. There's no quit in this tiger. They are going to move on. They're going to continue heading in the direction that they're heading in. They're not going to stop until they get there, until they get what they want. Very tenacious energy. Okay, and then these two. I knew there was more, but I guess we just were asked to pause and really focus in on that tiger, that tenacious energy. I also feel like the tiger, there's something about the pattern on the tiger, the stripes, tiger print. Tiger print. And then we have the knight, don't be afraid of what you don't know. And we have the path. This is interesting. This is like going for a hike at night or something, and like there's a path, but yet you don't see it very clearly. There's a path forward, there's a known path, there's a path other people have traveled before. But for you, this path may be a mystery. For you, this path may not be in the bright light. But this Knight card to me is always, do not be afraid. Do not be afraid to travel this path, even though you're not necessarily sure where it's going. It's new to you, and there's a lot of unknown here. And unseen. There are a lot of unseen aspects here. But this incense is meant to be a comfort to you. It's a different sense. I want to say very clearly too, there's like a scent of something, and I feel like this tiger, this tenacious tiger that does not give up, is on the scent of something. And right, it's not, I don't know, maybe it is hunting you, but it's not necessarily hunting you, but there's something very strong about the scent of something, of that sense, right? Because the night, our eyes aren't very good at the night, but they are, our noses can give us more information. So it's almost like one sense is gone, or one sense decreases and another one increases. So following a different sense. An incense, it's like incense. It's like it's so funny. That word now is absolutely tripping me out. Like incense. The inner sense, the incense. If you can't see where you're going out there, you're going to have to follow your incense. Your intuition, I guess, is the other word for that. But and then this path is really interesting. There's a path to follow, but it's new to you. There's courage here all over with the warrior woman and the knight here. It's like, oh, we could almost see him as a knight, knight. The warrior woman and the knight here, there's a lot of courage being required on this path that you are on. You're birthing the new age, but it's not, you're not the first one to birth something here. Okay. And then from Urban Crow, we have freedom and rebirth. Interesting. This birthing a new age and this rebirth card coming out. It's like you're having your second child or something. This is not your first project, right? This path, maybe it's like you're going down a path and you've been down it before, but for some reason this time there's all sorts of, you're going down it in a different way than you've been down it before, and it's requiring some kind of courage. There's a path that, right, it's not a path, you're just bushwhacking if it's not a path, right? You're just out there making a new path. It could be also new neural pathways too being created here. But it's like, it could be for some of you like a path that you've been down before, but now you're going down the path with like something, you don't have a piece of information that you've had before. There are things, you're going down this path, you've done this before, but not in this way. Not, and it's without your usual, like, I want to say crutches, but it's without your usual crutches. It's without, like, you're going down it blind. Like maybe before someone's been in front of you, shining a flashlight on the path, and maybe you've done this hike at night, but for some reason this time, there's no flashlight. There's no, the person who's usually sort of maybe guiding your way is not guiding your way this time. You're going down the path blind, without being able to see the flashlights out or something like that. There's something about this path that I think you've been down before. You've done this before, but this is a whole different way. Maybe you're the guide this time, and you've been down this path 1,000 times, but you've always had a guide shining the light in front of you. This time you don't have a light and you don't have a guide, and you're just going down the path, maybe out of memory or something like that. But there's something, you've been called to do this. You're needing to go down this path, either because of an internal call. I think it's an internal call to go down this path, but it's very different than it's been before. You're meant to continue going down this path. But this freedom card is very interesting. It's almost like the guide that you've had down this path is, has been a bit restrictive. Like they have a certain way they do things, a certain pacing of doing things. And you could be experiencing some freedom from that. Like there might be something like, well, I don't have to do this anymore. I don't have to do this in this way anymore. This also has like a school's out for summer vibe too, of like just this path that you're on. There's more freedom on it this time than there was last time. This reminds me of when I worked at a dude ranch, and like we would, take guests out on rides, and yeah, there were like these paths, and there were like several hundred horses. I think I remember there being like 700 horses at that ranch, but that seems like a lot now, but that's the number I remember. And anyway, so part of that path of the rides during the day, you'd go down this path, and then the different trail rides would branch off from that to go here or there for the day or whatever, or half day or whatever. But then at the end of the day, all the horses come back to the barn, we take all their saddles off, and then they get to go out to pasture. And, they'd go down the same channel that they went down before, but this time they would just be running. I took a couple really cool pictures of them coming down, just because they would be running and kicking and just like, woohoo, we get to do this thing. It's the same path that they'd been down every time, but this time they were going down it in a very different way, with freedom, with, you know, unsaddled, unbridled, no riders, no guide, nothing on this trail, you know, and then they could just go out. And it was so exciting, and you could feel the exhilaration. It was very cool. So that's what this is reminding me of. No saddle, no bridle, you're out. Go. You get to just, and maybe it's the same path you've taken a million times, but this time it's different. This time it's different. There are less restraints, and there might be something a little bit scary about that, a little bit unknown, right? Without the saddle or the bridle, these horses have free rein. Literally, that's what that means, free rein. Well, and but they're not being told what to do. There's a lot of unknown because it's not the same routine. It's the same path, but there's more unknowns, but also more freedom here. And then this rebirth. So this may have been something that you started doing a while ago, or the birth and the rebirth together in the same reading is really interesting. Like, right, and the rebirth is having like the same path, different way though, the same path, but you're going down it a different way. That's the same, like, we're not changing the trajectory, we're just having a different situation. We just don't need a bunch of stuff. And then we've come to the unknown, right? Like in old maps when there was like and then this is what we've mapped so far. And after this point, you know, there'd be dragons or whatever. There's just the unknown. It's the map, but it's the unknown portion of the map. And so there's a lot of freedom in there, and also some amount of fear too. So this rebirth, so a birth and a rebirth, a creation, and it might be something that you worked on before and you're resurrecting it. Yeah, you could be resurrecting it. And when it's resurrected, it's different than it was the first time. It's different. But you felt this call before. You felt that you need to do this before. This time you're being asked to be tenacious and see it all the way through. Like maybe you've taken this path before, but this time is like, okay, this time it's different, and this time you're going all the way to the end. You're going all the way. But it is different this time, and there's like a death and a rebirth. So birth and rebirth next to each other. It's really interesting. There's a new creation, but it almost seems like second attempt at the new creation, and you have a lot of freedom here. So actually I'm going to take these goddess cards too, and then we're going to set ourselves up for the second part of this reading. The extended, if you will, the extended. I used to do a lot of extendeds over on Vimeo. This one will just be on YouTube, another free extended. So in our environment, when we talk about the tarot in the next video, we have Kuan Yin, compassion, a lot of compassion in our environment, which is good because we're having to be courageous. So it's nice to have people getting that. And your to-do list is going to be White Buffalo Woman, unity. So if you want to join me on the extended to see what else we pull from our tarot deck, I'll be using Tiger Breathing Bears tarot deck. And we'll go over there. I'll send a link in the description box below, and we'll see you next time.